So, for everyone listening in, I'm a good friend. I'm a good friend, and when I see people coming from a boy, I don't take kindly to that. So, I just have a public service announcement for all of the Game of Thrones fans and stans out there, and it is as follows. None of this is real. Like you do realize that this is fake. That the dragons aren't real. The people writing the dragons are not real. This is a book, right? So authors, they're these guys that big brains, and they go, I got an idea, and I want to talk about the world around me, but I don't necessarily want to talk about the actual world around me. I want to sort of do a little thing where I digest everything and I put it through a little blender. And what if I put dragons in it, because that's kind of cool and fun, and then that's a way that I talk about the world around me, and then people can pick up this thing. We call it a book, right? It's got pages. It's here. Look, here she is. She's got pages. She's physical. I touch her. She's so long. She's so girthy. And I go I read it and I connect with the characters, right? I connect with them. Maybe I have faves. Maybe I have a fave character. Maybe I devote entire podcasts to defending this character or talking about this character and analyzing it. But when I put the book down and I lay my head to rest, before I go to Nine Land, I remember she's not real. None of these people are real. Nothing's real. It's a book. It's not real. It's not real. None of this is real. And I just don't, and maybe if somebody makes a post on I don't know, a platform, a short video platform, talking and analyzing said book, because that's what you do with a book, maybe don't act personally offended that the made up character who is not real, this character is not real, she does not exist, maybe don't take it as a personal affront.
I really appreciate you defending my honor, though I will say I do think it's a little counterintuitive if you want people to stay for the rest of the podcast to begin by screaming that this isn't real. But thank you. I appreciate you, Spicer. For anyone who doesn't know, I made a video about Daenerys, a character that I very clearly love, talking about some of the aspects in the writing and in her characterization, the good and the bad, maybe the little flavor of white savior that she maybe has if you actually listen to the point I was trying to make. Again, about a character that I really love.
Who's not real?
That's what who is not real. And some people took offense to my thinking critically and analyzing a character using my English degree, where I specifically focused on, critical theory and analyzing works and literature. But it's fine. Some people were offended, and thank you, Spicer, for defending me. Welcome to A Song of Spice and Rhani, a Game of Thrones Song of Ice and Fire podcast where the girls, the gays, the theys, and the well-behaved straights, and honestly just the well-behaved everyone.
You're all
I
on
am
notice.
your host.
Everyone's on notice.
You're all on notice. I am your apparently Danny betrayer host, Rhani.
And I am your top 10 anime betrayals host, Spicer.
Okay. And every single week, we're going to go over 3 chapters of the Song of Ice and Fire book series, currently on the Clash of Kings, and break down what happens, the lore, theories, and our favorite deaths. Death. Things die. They decompose in the ground. And the cycle of renewal begins again as, molecules break down and do people. No one's listening at this point. I feel like we've driven everyone away. I, we we've started off by reprimanding everybody because I've been wrong. No, I'm fine. I'm just fine for the record. I don't need defending by anyone. Everyone can just chill in comments.
No,
But yeah,
but I will defend you because that's my job.
you
That's
will
my
defend.
job.
That is your job.
I am the momager. I am the momager of
Yeah.
this empire that you have built.
And Robin is paying for me to be here, and then you get to perform that service, and it all works out. But yeah, so this week, because we're gonna get to the rest of the episode, we had 3 chapters that were they were biggins. They were biggins, let me tell you. We had it's fine. You're fine. You're fine.
It was so long, Roddy. It was so long.
Yeah, books are long.
Oh my,
Reading is good for you.
I
Read a
do-
book, Spicer.
I do read.
Good. Read more. Don't complain about chapters. You read 50 pages this week and you're acting like you were assaulted.
I was assaulted.
Like I struck you.
I said,
Jesus.
Ronnie, Papa, why? No, please.
Fine. Anyway, 3 chapters this week. We had Catelyn II, Jon III, and Theon II. So let's dive on in, shall we? Beginning with Catelyn II. Catelyn, she's traveling. She's on the road again, and it's great because she's going to speak to Renly Baratheon. Why? Because Robb has coerced her to, because he's trying to get some people on his side. So let's try Renly. He seems like the most amiable of the bunch of the War of the Five Kings, and so she is traveling down south. And hey, she arrives and she's escorted into his camp. And what does she find? An army ready for war? No, they're doing a tourney. Why? Because Renly is partying. He's at brunch. He's sipping his mimosa. He is chilling. He is a gay stereotype. Hey, but no, we're just watching a tourney. And Catelyn's like, this is what's happening, really, right now, while my child is going and making war. Cool. And hey, who wins the tourney? Who beats Loras Tyrell and throws him on his ass? Well, it's Brienne of Tarth. We meet Brienne. We love Brienne. She's the best. And hey, she's a little different in the books. Why? Because she's 19. Woo. She's
Oh, I missed.
19.
I missed that part when I was reading it. Oh wow.
I don't know if they actually mentioned it, but she's supposed to be like young, like
okay.
Gwendolyn
And then
Christie amazing, by the way.
and
Anyway.
then Uggo.
Yeah, we'll get to it. Don't worry. We'll get to Catelyn is out of pocket. Catelyn is so out of pocket. We will get there. We'll get there though. But anyway, Brienne wins the tourney and she's like, "Hey, for my prize, I just want to be on your Kingsguard because I just like you the normal amount, Renly." And Renly's like, "Sure, you can be on my Kingsguard." and And then Renly's like, "Hey, Catelyn, how you doing?" And she's like, "It's bad." She's like, "Can we talk?" He's like, "Hey, but we're doing a feast first. Why don't you come to the feast?" She's like, "Fucking fine." So she goes to the feast. She eats. It's very George at a feast, writing wise. It's great. And then Renly is like, "Hey, why don't we go talk? Why don't we go talk?" And they go talk. And then they go and they look out. He's like, "Hey, I want to show you something." And then he takes her up to the fucking balcony. He's like, "Hey, you see all these tents? You see all these tents? I have double what your son has on his best day. Like, I'm winning. So let's all get on the same page and like win together." Well, how's that sound? That sound good, Cat? Does that sound good? But then before she can say anything, what happens? Oh no, there's a messenger. Oh, there's trouble. Where's the trouble? It's at Storm's End, the seat of House Baratheon. Why? Because King Stannis is on the move. Oh no. End of chapter. Boom, mic drop. Spicer, thoughts, feelings, emotions, words, anything.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't have any emotions because Kat has them all. She's got all of the feelings. She has so many feelings. We get all of the feelings this chapter. Sadness.
Yeah, we do.
Longing, rage, bemusement, Judging. We get so much judging. We get
So much judging.
we'll get to it. We'll get to it. But the way that I know that Kat was probably a mean girl. She's like a reformed mean girl. No, 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 no. Go with me
Dare
here.
you?
Go with me here. Go with me because remember she's made up. Remember she's not real. She's not real, Ronnie.
No, she's real to me. Oh no, I'm the problem.
Oh my god. So, but I think Kat was like, because there, sometimes you run into like a former mean girl who just like figured it out eventually. They figured it out and they turned into like a super nice like mom. Usually they turn into like a nice mom, but then you discover like the ugly past of like, oh, they were like a mean girl like in high school. Like they were so mean. I think Kat was a mean girl in high school. Like I think she was just like the prettiest maiden, right? And so therefore like she's just kind of a little bit mean. She's like Sansa. She's like Sansa, of where she's just.
No, I get it. Fine, go on.
But the way that the mean girl just came out, the mean girl who has been suppressed for all these years, she came out. She's like, "Who is this uggo? Who is this flat breasts, freckled face, mousy?"
We're getting
hair?
ahead of ourselves. We're getting ahead.
Okay, fine.
We're gonna get there. We need to start with Catelyn being sad, and I want people to have sympathy for her. But they're not gonna if you start off with her talking about Brienne. So before that, Catelyn is tired.
She's tired.
What?
I will say the line that got me is, "I want to weep. I'm tired of being strong."
Mm-hmm.
That got me.
Honestly, I'm just gonna be extra and read this paragraph.
Oh yeah.
Made
Honestly.
me so sad. Just like because she'd just been dreaming about like having her family back, and then it goes, sweet as it was, sweet and gone too soon. Dawn came cruel, a dagger of light. She woke aching and alone and weary, weary of riding, weary of hurting, weary of duty. I want to weep, she thought. I want to be comforted. I'm so tired of being strong. I want to be foolish and frightened for once. Just for a small while, that's all. A day, an hour. Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Yeah, right in the feels, Georgie.
Right in the feels.
Right in the feels. But it's like, but then like she gives herself just a moment to like be sad, and she's like, nope, time to get going. And so they're like breaking fast, and I love that we get once again we have to have a fatty. There has to be a fatty in the group, and has to be a fatty in the group, and of course the fatty is just like, what, can I get you some quail, milady? Like, do you, Catelyn, want quail? Because of course this is for you. And she's like, we don't have time for that. Just eat some porridge. And he's like, yeah, porridge.
It was very you whenever you want to manipulate me into like doing something that you want to do. It's like, oh, do you want to go do this thing together? This thing that happens to be my specific like special interest that like you've never mentioned an interest in before. Do you want to do that with me? No. Oh no.
I have been duped.
I have been duped.
But no, it's
No.
but no, I love how she's like, no quail, and she's like, and he's so mad about it. He's so petty about it. He's so mad about it. Oh, but then also like I did write not the dead dad trauma of just her talking, the whole bit of her describing of how like he didn't recognize it was her, and he like asks after her.
Because her dad is like, and this is like one of the saddest things is like Catelyn wants to be everywhere. She wants to be like at home with her children. She wants to be at River Run with her dying dad, and she doesn't get to do any of it.
Yeah,
she doesn't get to do any of it because Robb is sending her away to go deal with it. Like at the very least, like if she can't be like home with her children, let her be there when her father dies. But no, he's gonna just wither away while she's gone in the South. And one thing I wanted to mention is I do love that we get some like characterization of Robb with how he sends her away, because he like pulls a Catelyn, which I think is very, very fun, where he's like, okay, if you refuse to go, I'm gonna send Great John Umber in your place, which like is fine. And Catelyn immediately goes, you're threatening to do that because he would be terrible at this. So either I go and do a decent job, or I know that I'm sending someone who is going to fail. Damn it, that was smart.
damn it, why'd you have to take from me in this instance? Like, yeah,
Uh-huh.
oh god, it's, but then it's also funny because it's like, or not funny, it's like an interesting sort of point of like what you were talking about with like how everywhere she wants to be, she can't be. And I think we talked about this earlier, like in one of the earlier episodes, of where it's like this system doesn't work for anyone, including the people in power, because
Yeah.
nobody's happy except for Renly. Except for Renly. Renly's having a good time.
Renly is living the dream.
He's
She
got his
is
he's got his
living her
girlfriend.
drag brunch like fantasy. The girls are out having a time. Having a time on a road trip. We're on a road trip and we're stopping to brunch every day, every single day.
Which I love that he's got which we'll get to that. He's got the girlfriend on one side and the boyfriend on the other.
Oof, oof, oof.
Which we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But well, but similar to that, I did write down the line of she is done going south. Like she's like, why must I keep going further south? I don't want to go further south. Please stop making me go further south. Oh my god. But then also, the other thing that got me, like, once again, because we love talking about these sort of moments of, like, there's some good just, like, writing from George in this chapter. Just, like, some good little, like, text things. The thing that got me is, like, she saw that the bowl was empty. She did not remember eating it. Like, for those of us who have been in the pangs of grief, when you have to, like, force yourself to eat food, it is so interesting. Which, like, I have a point to talk about food later, and it is not just clowning George. Because like I think there's actually like a literary thing going on with food here, and I want to get into it, but we'll wait till we get to the feast. Wait, okay. Actually no, we'll talk about it now. Because the first half of it is I think George talks about food, and we always like love making fun of George on this podcast talking about food because he like didn't eat his sandwich, you know, in time, and so then he just like writes like a whole thing about food. But there is a point to the food, other than just he likes food, and I think. One of the things, like, I remember, like, the first time when I, like, was in high school reading, like, the first, like, critical theory book of, like, learning how to, like, analyze text. Like, the first example it gives is, like, how to look at food. And, like, food is more than just food in a book, right? Like, there is a reason we are talking about food. And it talked about some, like, classic piece of literature and, like, it's sexual, like, in this particular chapter. Like, because it's talking about the way that they were, like, eating the meat off the bone. And, like, it's meant to be erotic, right? It's meant to show, like, the underlying sexual tension in these characters. In a lot of times in this book, food is sort of, like, a stand-in for... in my opinion, one of two things. Or one of three things. It sort of shows, like, how desperate things are, right? Like, we can't even eat food, right? So the trauma of, like, the Arya or the Jon chapters, when we're, like, starving to death, right? Is, you know, he's showing, like, how scarce food is. We're literally eating acorn paste, right? But then also I think it's also used as a way to sort of show, like, this is, like, how life is enjoyed, right? Like, food is, like, a fun experience, right? Like, we're both very much on the same page about this. Like, we love to eat. We love eating good. We love cooking good, right? Like, we love eating food. And, like, that is kind of one of those things in life that is like a fun moment, to cook a meal, to have a good meal with friends, with family, right? It's a communal act. It's an act of like being together. And unfortunately for Catelyn, it is turned into this utilitarian thing, right? We don't have time for the quail, right? We gotta hit the road. I'm just going to eat this porridge because my body physically needs food, because I cannot shove it down fast enough, because I've got to get the energy in my body, and then I've got to go, right? And so it's like, especially with all these chapters that we've had with feasting recently, like, to then contrast it with like this Catelyn chapter where she's like, we're just eating porridge and then we're going to go. And then later in the chapter we get an actual feast, and she's like, the food was too rich, and like it made her upset, right? Because she's like, no, food is turned into this utilitarian thing, and it's like showing slowly how she is being dehumanized, right? She is so consumed with both grief and like this weird sense of duty that she food is no longer this enjoyable act. It is this act of, I just need to eat the porridge, and I've forgotten I've even eaten the porridge, because now we've got to get on the road, we've got to get going, right? So it's like, we love clowning George about the food, but like, I do see the utilitarian purpose of the food, because then when you contrast that later, which we'll get into it, of the feast, of like, they're putting feet in the gravy bowl, right? Like, they're being so wasteful with the food, right? Like, the food is no longer this act of utilitarian purpose for Catelyn, and it's no longer this sort of like enjoying life purpose that it serves, like when we saw like the feast up north. It is bacchanal, right? It is this sort of hedonistic event. Like, it is no longer we're enjoying life. It is like, oh, you this is wasteful, right? There's literally a war going on and you are feasting. Like, this is such a waste of food and resources. People are literally starving in the Riverlands, and you are feasting your ways to King's Landing, right? You're wasting valuable time. Tyrion called it. Like, you are not being smart about this, and also just like it's just the contrast of just like how, you know, he's living the drag brunch fantasy when it's like there are people dying, Kim. Right, so contrast. I think it's such an interesting use of food in this chapter of like, we get the utilitarian purpose of food that serves Catelyn, where she's almost denying herself the pleasure of life, but then contrasted with the hedonistic level of just bacchanal nonsense that is going on at this feast with Renly. So like, we loved clowning George. We see the purpose behind it.
Yeah. No, I fully agree, and I was particularly tuned in to that with these three particular chapters because they all deal with food.
Yes,
and it like, yes to everything you're saying. It's also like a cultural indicator that he's the way that George uses it, and like showing like these different mentalities, as you're saying, like with Catelyn versus like them gorging essentially. But like, that's a good representation of like the reach, which is the region that they're in, is always abundant in food. So they don't have that like scarcity mindset. Everything is like, we can eat to excess because of that. And then you contrast that with King's Landing, that is currently like slowly starving more and more and more. You contrast that with Arya, like you said. But then these later chapters, like Jon and all of them north of the wall, like surviving on only like salt cod and salt beef and hard cheese and stuff. Like, you're seeing like these very clear distinctions in like class and culture, and like how those cultures like value like what is important when it comes to food, and that's an indicator of like where their priorities are. Same thing with the Ironborn later. They have a quote unquote feast, but it's like the saddest feast in the world
of black bread and fish soup.
Yes. And it's like, it's very simple because like and that's a good cultural indicator for the Ironborn. The Ironborn are not like here for indulging in that way. Everything is like their idea of like, ooh, we're putting more effort into it, is what would be very basic everywhere else. And so you could see that like their priorities are very different culturally from all these other groups that we've just looked at. So yeah, no, the like, food is important. It is there with a purpose. It's just I love when it's extra. I love when George is extra with it, and I like poking fun at that. But no, he's doing a thing. He's doing a very smart literary thing where I want to say like for a while now, almost every chapter has dealt with either feasts or food, the scarcity of food. Even like the King's Landing, like the Tyrion chapters, when they're not eating, you're hearing about like Joffrey like shooting one of them and saying they can feast on the dead body or whatever, which is horrifying. But again, it's using like, he's showing like the state of the country in its different areas through how food is being explored, which is a very smart, it's just like a clever literary device.
Well, and it's also like you were talking about the last episode where we were sort of comparing and contrasting with Tolkien, and how George always said like, well, what were his tax policies, right? You know, and it's like, okay, what's the food situation, right? We're going so basic of like, we're talking about how do people eat, right? Like, because that is such an important indicator of like, you know, are you whining and dining at the finest restaurants every night, or are you eating ramen every night? Like that is going to show like what is your class, what is your socioeconomic situation. Are you, you know, are you being very smart about your meals? Is it like it doesn't matter, like I'm just gonna eat here and wherever, right? Like food is such an important indicator, as one of our many unhinged conversations before we started recording. of Rhani trying to convince me that I have constructed a worldview that is fake, that is not real, about about the foods that I choose not to eat. Like,
I'm just saying, you could try pizza because you eat all the other elements. It's fine, Spicer. It's okay. It's okay.
Thanksgiving's gonna be a lot of fun.
It's gonna be great.
But then she gets captured. Oh no! I love the line of like escort or captor, unsure.
Yeah.
Like, but then I do like to see that we get like we see all the preparations that are made for war, and like that's what's so like frustrating and ridiculous about Renly is like he could take King's Landing at any moment.
Yep.
He has all this.
What is he doing? He's indulging. It's this, like, the food is the metaphor here. He is not like going into things like thinking economically like Catelyn is. This is just a game for him, which is her main critique as she's watching all this. She's like, these are children playing at war.
I wrote that down too, of like these are boys, and like she's like, and the line of they will learn.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Dark.
Yeah.
which goes back to the overall theme, which I constantly talk about, and that like this series is about the effects of war, and not only like in the present day but in the past. So like Catelyn is reminiscing in this chapter about how the previous war messed her up and forced her into adulthood, and now she is watching the cycle continue. Her and her generation that were messed up by Robert's Rebellion, they are now doing it all again, but this time it's messing up her children and the following generation, and we're watching the following generation actively be messed up by it, while the adults are like still actively like coping with the past while dealing with the present. It's all a mess.
But then it's also like, because then you have the people who just didn't experience war, right? Because like she also talks about how like Renly didn't experience war, he was too young, right? And so like he doesn't understand what he doesn't remember Robert's Rebellion. He doesn't remember he doesn't even remember the Greyjoy Rebellion, right? Like he doesn't remember any of this. And so like but once again it's like, so because like we get this long list of just like all of the different siege weapons and all of the weapons that are currently being made, and the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker are all at this camp and they're ready to go. But what are they doing? They're having a fucking tourney. Like, which just, I love that rages her up. She's like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck? You could end this war right now. You could end this war right now, but you choose not to. Which is contrasted later with, then we get Stannis, who has jack shit. And is still like making moves because he's like, fuck it, we're gonna try something, damn it, because I don't have much. I don't got much. But then we get our Luke Queen. She's back, baby. Our gay icon, our fucking gay icon, with once again his girlfriend and his boyfriend at his side.
Yep.
Just oof. Oof, Renly.
Renly is here, looking pretty, wearing an insane crown, and this is my favorite of all the crowns in the series, because it is a crown with a giant fucking like stag head on the front of it, and then it's just covered in roses. It's just covered in gold roses all around. Just insane. I love how extra this is. Crazy. His
runway looks would be incredible. Incredible. Oh my god. But now, Rhani, now is the time to talk about the ugliest woman. The ugliest woman to have ever crawled. She's got flat breasts, right? Like
here's what we gotta do. We gotta
put some context on this. Let's put some context on this.
we gotta remember, because like these chapters, the language, everything is being influenced by this person's POV, and Catelyn is a very practical person who is very conscious
Mhm.
of societal norms and their effects, which is why like she's always thinking like, "Ooh, if you make this move, they could have these consequences, etc." So when she sees Brienne, who it sounds like she might not fit the traditional beauty standards of Westeros.
Mhm.
Catelyn, who is pragmatic and highly conscious of those standards because she just is, she comments on it. Perhaps a little extra. Perhaps a little like Catelyn, Jesus, you don't need to go in so hard. Um one of the most horrifying lines, which I marked so I could read it. Um One second. Come here. Is when let's see. Dang it, where are you? Sorry, one second. Uh, I can't find it. Damn it.
No, it's fine. We'll just cut this in post. We'll just cut this in post. We'll just
Yeah,
cut
we'll
this
cut
in
it in post.
post.
We'll cut it in post. Okay. So when she sees Brienne for the first time and just describes her in the most out of pocket way, points out everything that is wrong with her face from Catelyn's point of view, everything that's wrong with her build, with just everything. She finishes that description with pity filled Catelyn's heart. Is there any creature on earth as unfortunate as an ugly woman? Jesus Christ, Catelyn. Jesus
And
Christ.
it's like,
Calm down.
and it's like I can only hear that in like the tone of voice of like a Gretchen Wieners or like a fucking...
But something I want to point out. Something I want to point out, which I've heard. I think one of my mutuals, Constantine, pointed this out. But then reading this, I like remembered, like if any of the Stark kids are Catelyn's child, it's Jon Snow.
Oh yeah,
Because you know who else is so out of pocket
the fat
when
boy,
someone is
the
the
fat
fat
boy.
boy. The fat boy, Marcella, that fat little girl, that chubby little thing, that like what Jon Snow is just as out of pocket. And reading this, I'm like, oh my god, so ironic that that's the one child that like you don't fuck with because that child is you.
It's literally
You
you.
are the same.
The,
Like
the way
Jon Snow is Catelyn's child.
because Jon Snow is also a mean girl. Like he's a mean girl who
Yeah.
figures it out. He's a mean girl who figures it out. To be clear, we stand Catelyn. We stand Catelyn.
Yeah.
We've been clear about this many times before. Catelyn is a former mean girl. Like Catelyn is a former mean girl.
I'm gonna stop arguing.
Because there is nothing as unfortunate as what was the line? As unfortunate as an ugly woman. Like, oh my god, girl.
There is there any creature on earth as unfortunate as an ugly woman? Like, damn.
Like I can only hear that in the tone of voice of Gretchen Wieners. Like I'm sorry. Like yikes. Oh god.
But on the bright side, Brienne is here and Brienne is a badass. Just showing up and showing all these men the fucking business, which it was insane. They said the melee started, I can't remember if it was 116 or 160
Yeah.
people, and she is the last one. That's insanity. That is too many people. What are we doing? Renly, go fight your war. Leave the brunch, and go finish your goddamn war. What the fuck are you doing? This is 160 people fighting each other for what? For what? Because you want to see your boyfriend beat some people up?
But remember, and also remember later in another chapter that we're going to get to, Jon is with only 200 men. So that is literally almost the same as the entire host that's supposed to go fight and defeat the king beyond the wall. Renly,
a
what are you
threat
doing?
to the country. Like, no, it's insane. It's Renly continually like proves like why he isn't a good choice for this.
No.
He doesn't get it. He like they're like Catelyn says they're the knights of summer. Like they don't know how it is when things go wrong. Like they're not blooded, as she says. Like, damn.
It's just like, and it's like sad because it's like Renly is dumb. I wrote Renly is dumb but a good egg, because like it's sad because like he means well in a similar way that Robert meant well, right? Of like I don't think Robert was like a malicious king, but he sure was a bad one. And it's like, because Renly's like, cat, like, and everyone else is like, remember your manners, this is your king, and he's like, whatever, what is a grace amongst your friends, right? Like, and it's like, he's a good egg, like, he's not like pompous, he's not an asshole, he's just stupid. He's just an idiot. He just wants to have brunch. He like he just wants to have brunch with his girlfriend and his boyfriend, and nobody's gonna ask any questions because you are the manliest man ever, Renly. So manly with your rainbow guards.
Which, for the record, because people love to point out and be like, George, that's a little heavy-handed.
We talked about this. We talked about this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, we had a whole thing of just like the rainbow card, and it's like he didn't know yet. It was the '90s. It was the '90s. He didn't know yet. It's fine, but also, damn, that is some coincidence. That is a coincidence, George. But then I also will say because it's just like, I just the way that George should have been a lyricist once again. Peaches, plums, and pears, tumblers tumbled, singers sangs, pears poached in wine, cooked in crystal. Girl.
It's good.
It's good. It's good.
It's good. The wordplay is always insane. This chapter in particular had so many lines that like I would like giggle at, or I just would think were just so well written or moved me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move us along a little bit to the feast, because there was okay, and this might just speak to like my mental state at the moment. Like there was a line that made me cry. I like had to stop, and I'm like, I am very emotional. Why am I crying? This is a lot. But it was just pretty, and it was Brienne.
Yeah.
It was Brienne, because it's always Brienne. Because she is just like so pure. She's so like innocent, and a lot of people in the fandom have said, or maybe George even said this, like Brienne is like Sansa in armor. It's just that like naivety, that belief in like knighthood and goodness, and all this stuff. But when let me get to the page. When Catelyn is basically being like, hey, winter is coming, like you guys, you're about to find out what it's like, Brienne responds, Lady Catelyn, you're wrong. Winter will never come for the likes of us. Should we die in battle, they will surely sing of us, and it's always summer in the songs. In the songs, all knights are gallant, all maids are beautiful, and the sun is always shining. And that's so hopeful, and I'm so sad all the time. That was just lovely, and now I feel like crying again.
No,
it was just,
it was
George.
I remember that line too, and I was like, damn, that was a good line. Damn, George. I will say it's so funny because I feel like Brynn is really sort of a combination of Arya
and Brienne. Don't Brynn.
Brienne. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Put some respect on her name.
Yeah.
She's really just a combo of Arya and Sansa, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like it's like if Arya and Sansa were like one person, because it's like we get the sort of like fuck the gender norms of it all. You know, I did write down our new trans mask has entered the chat, which like I don't know if she quite fits all of these boxes. She just defies gender stereotypes in this situation. Yes. But it is funny because it's like you get sort of the like the more masculine side of Arya of like I want to fight and I want to be, you know, I want to be a knight and all that stuff, right? And be trained in battle and whatever. But then you also pair it with Sansa, what you talked about of the like sort of the doe-eyed, like but in the songs it's always summer, right? Like it's and it's not it's not like stupidity in the way that like Renly is being stupid, of where it's like it's fine, we're just gonna brunch. It's like, no, it's like she believes this. Like she believes.
It's like idealism. She's
Yes.
just like an idealist, and it's like just really it's really refreshing in this world that is so dark, and people can be like such realists all the time. Like I feel like a lot of the characters are either pessimists or realists. There are very few that are like truly just like an idealist who like believes in like the natural goodness, and that's such a like a refreshing thing to come across.
Yeah. Yeah, no. And also, just a few more things and then I'm done. But it was a long chapter, guys. It was a really long chapter, guys.
It's fine.
No one is clocking you, Renly. No one is clocking you. No one believes a thing. You keep giving your girl a kiss, a little peck on the cheek. Nobody suspects a thing. Even though you are talking mostly to Sir Lawrence, you are so into your wife.
I love because Catelyn like just picks up on stuff like that, and so her like watching me like that's interesting. I'm like, yup, yes it is. I think we're learning something here.
Also, I do love that, like, just some funny other lines from I love nuzzling at her neck once again. The lyricism of it all. And then also I do love that, like, I can't remember which night it is that starts like singing a song, and he's like improvising a song, and George said, and parts of it rhymed.
I laughed and thought of you with that. I'm like, oh, you'll find that funny.
God, we get it. You're a SoundCloud rapper, and you got to show your new bars, man. Like, oh my God. Oof. But yeah. Yeah, but then we get the private conversation where Catelyn's like, finally, because once again we talked about this earlier, of like Catelyn's like, I gotta pretend to eat, even though like I really don't want to eat this food because it's too rich, because there's too many meals or too many courses, and I just want to get down to business. And finally Renly's like, hey, walk with me, and she's like, hey, please, fight this war, please. And he's like, ah. But I do love that, like, Renly's like, he can call himself the king of the North, but like he's gotta be fealty's so important. And it's like, girl, it's like everyone's delusional. But then I love that the chapter ends once again with you, because he's like, look at all this, look at all everything the light touches, that's mine, and I outnumber you all, and I'm gonna win this war, but you're not doing anything. And then Stannis, who I think has like 5 fishing boats and like 2 like Essos pirates in his employ, along with like maybe like 6 guys who are kind of drunk from Dragonstone, is like, you know what, I'm making moves, baby. Off to take Storm's End we go. And Renly's like, fuck.
Which Storm's End is wild. That is like, Storm's End is known as like the most impenetrable fortress. It is literally like it is a mountainside fortress on like a cliff in the stormy area that nothing can break into. And it's the one that famously, like, the last time when Robert's Rebellion was happening, they laid siege to it
and
for over a year.
And Stannis was the one who was in the siege. Oh my God.
Like, crazy to start with that. But again, very bold of Stannis, unlike Renly.
Yeah, and it's just like, and it's so funny because it's just like, Because like Renly, and it's so funny because like Renly's literally is like shit talking Stannis before that news has arrived, right? Of just like, nobody likes Stannis, because like Catelyn's like, hey, like, even if I were to side with you, you're not the true heir. Like, if we're gonna do this, you why? Like, and he's like,
it's still Stannis.
It's still Stannis. Like, but then Renly does make a good point of like, hey, Robert wasn't the true heir. Like, so our family married a Targaryen like centuries ago. We were not next in the line of succession. Like, he literally just took what was his. So I'm just doing the same thing right now. and also, and like Stannis, like fuck him, he's dumb, he's stupid, and like he'll come to heal, and then it's literally like, by the way, your home is being laid siege to.
The irony is she's thick here, you know.
Oh my god! But that's all I had on this girthy chapter.
Yeah. I was gonna say the last thing I had that I'll mention very quickly is just fuck Randall Tarley. Randall Tarley, I hate that man. I hate that fucker of a man. How dare you hurt poor sweet Samwell? You pointy bearded bastard. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
We meet him and he's awful. Is the point of that statement.
Yeah. It's like, you're the one who caused our fellow princess such pain. Like,
Yes.
how dare you?
But but that is all I had. So.
No, I'm cool. That's it.
Okay. End of episode. No, just kidding. Okay, we're gonna take a break and we will be right back. And we're back. Okay. And we're moving right along to Jon III. Jon III, what happens? Well, we're north of the wall still, and we're trudging through the snow and the rain. It's awful. But it's okay, because we can eat to our heart's content on salt beef, salt fish, and hard cheese. Num 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 num. But that sucks after a while, so we're gonna look for a place to stay. Where do we find? That's right, we've made it to Craster's Keep, the worst man in a book series filled with terrible people. So it's kind of impressive when one of them is clearly the worst one. Well done, sir. So yeah, Craster's awful. He has daughters and then he marries them and then he makes more daughters that he marries. I can't imagine that these people are well physically, health wise. I don't know how they're standing and not like horribly dealing with like crazy disabilities or I don't know, crazy shit. Anyway, but they get there, and he's letting the Night's Watch stay there for a bit, and he's gonna tell them where Mance Rayder is gathering all of the wildlings into a giant army. Oh no, crazy, crazy! Hey, but Craster isn't the only one we meet. Why? Because there's Gilly. Gilly is one of his daughter wives. Yay, and she's pregnant. And one of the other daughter wives has said, hey, I can tell it's a boy, which means he's going to be yeeted into the frozen tundra. Why? Because we sacrifice baby boys to the others. That's horrifying. We love that. And Gilly has seen them because she knows that they have blue eyes. Terrifying. We love it. But yeah, and then...
Well, you forgot,
and then,
we parlay with Craster. And Craster's like, I haven't seen Benjen, but I saw this other guy. He was here like a couple weeks ago. And
it was Waymar Royce from our prologue chapter of the first book.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's who it
was. So it wasn't a couple weeks ago. It was a while ago. But he's like
the king beyond the wall. He's like, yeah, he wants me to come with him, and fuck that guy. But he's over here if you want to go get him. Like,
yes. So he tells them where Mance Rayder is, and then Mormont is like, "Okay, well, let's all get going." And Jon is like, "Hey, should we do something? Because like he's eating babies, like that's bad, right?" And Mormont's like, "Yeah, no, I kind of know about that." And Jon's like, "That's bad. We should do something." And Mormont's like, "Hey, you can't win them all." And then that's the end of the chapter, basically. Thoughts?
Yeah. We'll talk about the morality of Craster in a second. Who is, I think we can, this is a divided fandom, as I have come to learn. We have some very hot opinions, but I think the one thing that everybody can universally agree upon is this is the worst man in a world where we commit genocide on a daily basis, in a world where we slaughter the Riverlands. We got people eating other people in pies. Like we got terrible shit going on here. We got terrible shit going on in here. But we can all agree that Craster is a piece of shit. A piece of shit, scum of the earth, wouldn't wipe him off my boot, like just bad slime ball, subhuman, invertebrate. Like just a terrible man. We're gonna talk about that in a second, though. Put a pin in that. Put a pin in just how terrible Craster is. But I did literally put, but I also put a line of like, I think all of these chapters, the way that they talk about food is so fascinating, because then, like you said, we get the utilitarian of like salted cod and salted beef, and how everyone's just sick of it. Everyone's sick of it, and the moment, and then even you get like Sam when like later they like catch the rabbit, and Sam's like, I won't even mind the blood, because, hey, it's something else.
It's food.
I will take it. I will take it. And just, we already talked about this, but this is the fat boy. The way it's like Jon, this is Jon's thoughts. This is how Jon thinks. This is inside Jon's head. And he just automatically thinks about, the fat boy. This is, and currently, this is your best friend, Jon. Like, I know I make a lot of, like, bisexual jokes of, like, you are clearly into this man, but, like, even putting that aside, this is your best friend. This is your best friend in the world right now, and you're like, the fat one.
This is what you call me behind closed doors. This is when I'm not in the room. Is that what you do?
No, I call you the angry one.
Ooh, I could, you know.
No,
it's okay.
don't.
I'm not. You know what? I'm choosing the higher ground. I'm choosing the higher ground because I'm better than you.
No, I should call you the judgy boy.
I've never judged anything inappropriately in my life.
Oh my god. But no, the fat boy, that is unhinged, Jon. And then, but then it's fine, because then we get Sam being insensitive also, and when he's like, he's also a and it's like, and Jordan's like, say it, just say it. It's fine. Like, I've
heard the word bastard before. I know what the word bastard is.
because we get all this preamble from all these characters before we meet Craster of like, Craster's the worst piece of shit. He has his daughters, and then he marries them, and he makes more incest babies, and there's just so many incest babies running around. Oh my goodness, he can't even keep track of all the number of incest babies, and he kills men, and he's terrible, and he is a lawless man, an oath breaker, and it's like, but the thing for Sam that's like also on this list of terrible things is that he is a bastard, and it's like, okay, that is the one thing that Craster couldn't control. Like,
maybe we don't put that one on him.
Like, it's like there's a lot to say about Craster, which we will get to, but like I don't know if bastard is necessarily one of those things.
It doesn't even like crack the top 10 of like worst things about him. So really, I think we could have just like left that one off. Which I think, like, to be fair, Sam also realizes like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be like thinking of that as like the worst thing ever, considering who my best friend is.
Yeah, and I also love how like we get the whole like preamble of like, oh, this is like, because this is also our first wildling we've met, right? Like person beyond the wall. And I love like the whole thing of like Jon talking about like, oh, I remember all the stories of them eating babies and stuff. And then like I think there's like a line later of like, maybe Craster didn't hear those stories. Like,
he didn't get the memo.
Didn't get the memo. But then I also love how like as we're entering this keep, Jon, once again, because he is Catelyn's son, just is judging the shit out of this shit castle. Like, where's no walls, no no Mott and Bailey, like nothing. You shit hill, you don't even got palisades. This shit keep, you shit Craster, you shit.
And this is how we know that Jon is a rich kid, because like the way he looks around and he's like, "This is where you live? Are you kidding me?" Right after he realized he'd like gotten in trouble doing it earlier when they like went to the abandoned like wildling village and was looking around and was like, "Oh, this is so depressing." And then I don't remember who he was. Maybe it was Ren he was with.
Yeah.
Who was like, yeah, this is what I grew up in, so maybe chill. But Jon can't help himself. Can't help himself.
Garbage. This garbage existence. How do you even live like this? But then the man, the myth, the legend, fucking Craster, and he's just as terrible as we all were told he was gonna be. He's making lewd jokes. He's grabbing his daughter wives by the ass. Like he is just crass, and he's the most transactional man ever. You know who it is? It's fucking Trump.
God.
It's fucking Trump.
Jesus Christ.
It's fucking Trump. It's fucking Trump because he's just gross and like.
Because he keeps talking about how hot his daughter is.
Yeah,
he used to.
But in this case, he actually doesn't. And it's like,
I hate it here. I hate it.
It's Craster is president. Craster is literally our president.
This is the worst timeline. I hate it so much.
It's like literally the one person that in this book series that everybody of all stripes and flavors are like, you know what? Fuck Craster. He's the worst. There are no Craster stans. Nobody likes this man. He's a piece of shit. And yet that is who becomes our president. Because the other thing is like he's so like Trump because he's so transactional. Right, like he's not here because he likes the Night's Watch. He's like, these guys got a lot of shit, and I need shit. I need a new axe. Hey, I'll help you out if you give me a new axe. Like, hey, give me a nice new horse or whatever. Give me this, give me that. Right, like what can you do for me? Right, like he's not doing this shit out of the goodness of his heart. Because I also love the line of like, there's no because once again Jon is just judging everything. There's only one chair. There's only one chair in this house, which is a little ridiculous because it's like you've got all these daughter wives running around, like your harem, but they don't get a chair. Only you get a chair. Like, but it's I do love the line of like Lord Mormont sitting on like a little stool, like. But it's like, but he's so transactional, right? He doesn't give a shit. Like he's gonna make the Lord Commander literally sit on like a bench because he's like, I don't give a shit about you. But he's like, I'll help you out if you can give me this, this, and this, right? Like he doesn't actually care. And then like the way he's just like, well, I guess you'll need a roof for the night. Like I guess you'll need. I only got food for 20 men, so no more.
Yeah. I see. It's funny. This chapter I actually didn't write down a lot because the whole time I was just like, yeah, it's icky. Yep, this is also icky. Oh, he's so gross. Oh, I hate him. Oh, I hate it.
We forgot he's missing an ear. He's missing an ear, Ron.
And he's missing an ear. So he's just a one-eared daughter fucking freak of nature. Burn it, please. Burn it. Just he's probably spray tanning himself as we speak. Just
I've got the most amazing keep. This keep, it's the greatest keep. Some people say the best keep that's ever been had.
No, the metaphor works. I get it. It's fine. I'm gonna. Yeah, no. Everything that you said, yes. I'm gonna talk about something else because I don't like this man. I'm gonna move on to Gilly.
What a good egg! What a good egg! What a good egg!
What a good egg!
Sorry. Before you go on, I did because there was one sort of George writing ism that happened that I did want to sort of point out of like because Craster's like I'm a godly man and I don't do that shit and it's like he's obviously not a godly man, but then we get the whole thing of like him talking about like when Mormont's like, "Oh, you should like come with us to behind the wall because there's like all these
Mm-hmm.
villages are like disappearing." He's like, "No, I'd rather we're not gonna leave here. Me and my daughter wives, we're just gonna stay here because it's better to be free than a slave." And he's like, "Right, daughter wife." And the daughter wife is like, "Yes, better to be free than a slave." And then the crow, in true crow fashion, starts going, "Slave, slave, slave," pointing out. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
but you are a slave. But you
Yeah.
are a slave to this gross, gross man. Anyways, take us
Yeah.
away from the gross, gross man, Ronnie. Like,
Yeah. So Gilly, Gilly's here, and Gilly is, providing a complication, which is always good. Because hey, we need Craster, but hey, like he's an abusive piece of shit, and there's someone who like actually wants help. And considering the whole point of the Night's Watch is protecting humanity, there's a contradiction here. Because like, hey, there's a member of humanity being like, hey, you're the protector guys, right? You protect in the name of the king who's also supposed to protect people. Because Gilly's like, that's what a king does, right?
yeah,
So and you, Jon Snow, are the brother of a king and a member of this organization. You will help me, correct? And because Sam has sent Gilly, because Gilly went to Sam, and Sam's like, I can't do jack shit because I'm Sam. Go ask Jon; he fixes everything. And now Jon is like, okay, but I can't. There's nothing I can do here. This is rough, and I do think it is. This is kind of like the impetus. For Jon maybe getting like a little disillusionment with the Night's Watch, realizing that like it's not as black and white.
yeah,
Like this is in fact a weird border guard that and we're not protecting all of humanity. And
yeah.
that's a contradiction to our mission.
Yeah. Well, and it's like I did also write down similar to what you said of like, oh damn, Gilly's seen the others and she's very casual about
Mm-hmm.
it. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Big yikes.
Oh, and that's the other thing. When Craster says he's a godly man, he's not lying because he
It's just
thinks that they're gods.
yeah, it's just which
Ugh.
gods are you referring to? Ugh.
Yeah. He's like, oh, no, but my gods are literally the worst ones. Um,
This
they're,
well, I mean,
they're the
which
evil death ones.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, you're telling me the guy that has all the daughter wives worships the evil gods? What a plot twist.
Crazy. It's
Crazy.
crazy talk.
Yeah, but I do have I did also write down the same thing of like the contradictions of honor and duty versus what we are commanded to do. And you know what it's giving? It's giving, I don't know, a large superpower in the world that claims to be for the rights of humanity and the rights of citizens and people, but we're going to align ourselves with maybe regimes in countries that, do kind of terrible shit. And when
Yeah.
people point that out and go, "Hey, why are we aligned with this regime that's doing terrible shit?" And then we're like, but we need them. But we need for strategy, Ronnie, for strategy. And then to that end, I go, okay, but if we're like losing ourselves in trying to achieve a strategy, have we not failed in our initial objective of the thing that we're supposedly set out? Because it's like, hey, your whole border guard is meant to protect humanity. Here's humanity, and they're very much
Mhm.
like, hi, um, I would like to not have my child yeeted to the uh otherworldly Lovecraftian gods, please. Can you help me? And John's like, I don't know, we were told not to talk to you. So it is interesting. It's like I wrote that down too. Of like there's such an interesting contradiction, and you start to see the disillusionment, the radicalization of Jon Snow,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
of just like,
Um.
I'm sorry, go on.
No, no, no. You finish your thing.
Yeah, no, just like that like this might not be all it's cracked up to be, and yeah, maybe the devil isn't a good enough excuse because he's still a devil. Like,
But something else I wanted to mention along with Gilly is we're doing some very clever world building here where when Jon is like giving reasons why he can't help her, he's like, "Well, I'm a guest here. Like I can't
Yes.
because guest right is an important cultural touchstone even north of the wall." Like this is such a huge thing in Westeros that even these like two cultures that are have been like separated for thousands of years by the giant ice wall, they still recognize this as an almost like natural law, which
Mm.
is like once you have become someone's guest, they can't hurt you and you can't hurt them. This is a very important thing. And Jon even realizes at one point that like, wait, I didn't actually like eat any of the stuff that Craster offered, so technically I don't have guest rights. So technically I could still like
Yeah.
help her, but he's like wrestling with it, and like I just want to point out like as much as he like wants to help, like this is something that like stopped him in his tracks, and then he had to like think about it, and once he realized that like, oh, I like I technically don't have it. Like, it just, I'm sorry. My point is, like, it is that important of a rule that is causing him to do all these mental gymnastics. So everyone needs to remember that, because I do think that that is one of the biggest things that the show like truly fucked up is like not establishing this as like as huge of a concept as it is in the books. It is huge. It crosses cultures.
Well,
Like,
and it's like
yeah,
that's what makes the Red Wedding so terrible when we get to that. Is like
you
this
when we get to that, yeah.
when we get to that, like the fact that this norm has just been absolutely violated, something that's just so
Yes.
heinous. Um, two other things, two quick things I just wanted to point
Yeah.
out with Jon of just like, um, oh gosh, what was damn it, I lost one of them. It's fine. But one of them I do want to just point out of like the dovetailing of this chapter with there's a fun little thing that we have with Jon and Catelyn, because once again, this is just Catelyn's boy. As much as she wants to deny it, this is her son, and we sort of get this interesting like allusion to their connection. They have similar wounds.
Oh. Yeah, his hand in her hand.
Her
I
hand,
didn't think about that.
and they literally both of these chapters open up with them like, ah, shit, my hand.
Uh-huh.
So it's
That's interesting. I like that.
yeah, of like it's they have been wounded in the same, which is why I think Catelyn doesn't like him. I think she sees herself a little bit too much in him, and like I mean, he's also like he is the constant reminder of like the betrayal of Ned or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But it's also like I think she sees herself a little bit too much in him, and there's this kind of interesting illusion of like I don't know if it was purposeful on the part of George, but once again like there's just this interesting like illusion of like they both literally have a similar wound, and both of their wounds were gotten how protecting another person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Her protecting her child, him protecting his lord commander, right? So they are
Yeah.
both got a wound, not trying to like fuck someone up, but literally I'm going to like throw my hands out and try to protect you, right? And so
Yeah.
it's like that's just a really interesting thing. I mean, his is a burn, hers is a knife wound, but like it's literally like they both got a hand wound that has now permanently like
Mm-hmm.
disfigured them and like caused them
Yeah.
disability in some way, and they are going to carry this scar for the rest of their life. So it's just interesting that it's like they have a kind of similar thing, and like once again like they are similar in that way, and they both got it trying to defend other people. So I just kind of noticed that with these two chapters, because both of them are like talking about it of like, ow, my hand hurts. But now I remember the last thing. I love once again because Craster being like, I'm a godly man, this is related to all this, and but like, what is Craster's line in the sand? He's fine with fucking daughters. He is fine with oath breaking and fuck you kings and whatever. But a man, if he fucks a woman, he better marry her. He better marry. It's fine if he's got other wives. That's fine. That's cool. That's chill. But like, if he because he's like immediately he's like, you look like a Stark. Come over here, you Stark. And he's like, oh, you're a bastard Stark. I don't fuck with that shit. I'm like, what is your worldview, Craster? What is this Trumpian figure?
God forbid my incest baby is born out of wedlock. The horror. The horror. Like, go away. Go away. Ugh, I hate it.
Just the worst. We met the worst guy. He's the worst. Like,
Mhm. Oh, okay. Sorry. Two things that I want to real quick bring up at the end of this. One, just another of one of the fat comments that John makes about Sam when after Sam like sent Gilly and John is like angry at Sam for it. He says that Sam's heart was as big as the rest of him, and I'm
Even when he's trying to be
John, you
nice.
were so even when he's trying to be nice, you're so fucking out of pocket. What is wrong, John? Awful. And then another fun, clever George thing. Uh, when Mormont at the end is going like, I know this is whatever a necessary evil that I have to deal with this man. It's the difference between life and death on our mission. Blah 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 blah. And he like says like you can't right all the wrongs in the world. There are other wars. And then John repeats that. He's like, yes, other wars. Get it? Get it? The others.
Yeah,
Other wars.
Yeah.
You get it?
I get it.
I was like, Georgie.
Lyricist.
Lyricist.
That's all I got.
But yeah. So, yep, all I got. So let's take a break and we'll be right back.
What if we started like with Meisner techniques?
You want to know something ironic? Don't know much. Don't know any. Have half a theater degree. Don't. Why? Because my theater professor just made up shit. They just made up shit.
But Ronnie, we learned the important technical skill of Monkey Day. Where we would act like monkeys and steal people's shoes in class, and this was supposed to make you a better actor?
Yeah. I know. Never forget Monkey Day. Because fun fact, Monkey Day always led to physical injuries, which is why they had to stop doing Monkey Day. This was we're back already because I want everyone to hear this. This was college. This was people. I paid money. And a professor looked me dead in the eye and said, "It's Monkey Day. It's Monkey Day.
Dance, bitch."
Take your shoes off, everyone. Make a big pile, and then you're all monkeys, and now you're hoarding shoes. Go. Insanity. Truly insane. God. But that's a UVU, Utah Valley University education for you. This is why I switch majors.
the finest theatrical institution.
Yeah. Well. Anyway.
Anyways,
hi, we're back.
We're back.
No,
Sorry about the drama.
This is just what we talk about. We just sometimes it's crazy because we'll just sometimes remember. Be like, remember when we did this? Remember when this insane thing happened and we acted like it was normal?
Dead of dead, like 2:00 on a Wednesday. I will just text that to Ron and be like, "Remember that trauma that we experienced together doing a school play?"
Remember when a professor was asked for feedback from a student and the professor looked her dead in the eyes and went, "I think you have high functioning autism. You should go talk to someone." And the student was like, "What? What?" Or when that same professor looked at another student and you know which one. And this student, she was like a bigger, curvier girl, and she's like, "Yeah, I want feedback. Give me like go as hard as you can." And he's like, "I just want you to think like, is another donut really gonna make you happy?
No,
or maybe you should put the box of donuts away."
Yeah, that's what. Oh my.
Insane. People paid money for this. People paid money.
Money, so much money. And then when I got like my master's in theater at like a real theater school, the way I'm like, oh no. Anyways, we're back. Let's talk about the dragons.
We're back. It's fine. Anyway, no dragons next week.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yay, right.
Finally.
Give me dragons, please. We've just been in war in the Riverlands for so long. Please, can I have some magic?
Can I
Some nice magic.
please? We met the worst man in the world, and now we gotta take out the second worst man in the
Oh
world.
my god. Because we've arrived at Theon II. And as Spicer said, Theon is just here being the worst. He's here, he's horny, and he's gonna let you know about it. Why? Because he is berating this random woman that he has met on the docks because he's getting a boat and he needs to name his boat. And he meets this woman, and she is very friendly. She's bantering with him. And so naturally, he's like, we should go fuck now. And she's like, oh, but I'm married. I'm married
And
to
with
your yeah,
child.
yeah, yeah. I am married to like a very important member of your father's household, and I am freshly pregnant. And Theon's response to that is, great. I won't put a bastard in you then. Isn't that nice? It's like birth control. Ugh. God, this man is the worst. But of course, everyone knows it is secretly Asha Greyjoy, his sister, because she wants to like get a look at him, and so she's bantering with him, and he's like, "No, I'm going to take you back to the castle. You're going to go to the feast, and then I'm going to just like do you, and it's going to be great." And she's like, "Oh, is your dad going to be cool with that?" He's like, "Yeah, of course. I bring women all the time, or whatever. I don't know,
Yeah,
insanity."
and look,
Um,
but also while we pass that pie-faced woman, or like however he describes her, like round-faced or something like that.
Oh God, he's passing the captain's daughter that he like that was his like fuck buddy on the boat ride over, and she's not allowed to leave the ship because her father's a dick, and the ship isn't allowed to leave because Balon isn't letting anyone leave, and so she's just like, hey, can you remember me please, as he's passing with his sister who he's attempting to seduce by, also for the record, just being a complete pig. Like every word out of his mouth is the most crass, like fuckboy nonsense you've ever heard. Meanwhile, as she is just like picking his brain and he is singing a song, he is spilling the beans on everything. He's telling her all about the Starks. He's telling her every thought he's ever had about his uncles, about his father, about his places, titles, etc. Meanwhile, as they're walking and he's spilling the beans, people all around are noticing them and bowing, and he thinks it's for him because he's such a
finally
fucking narcissist.
finally some respect. Finally some respect around here.
Oh my god. And then fucking they're like riding a horse on the way back, and he's ignoring his squire who is like mute, and his squire is like making funny faces at him. He's like, "Squire, shut the fuck up." But he's riding back, and she's sitting in front of him, and he keeps grabbing her boob, and she's like, "Hey, you really don't want to do that." She keeps warning him. And then finally they get back to the castle, and she's like, "Hey, yeah," because the servants come and straight away start talking to her, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And she's like, "Yeah, hey, I'm Lady Asha," and we're like, "Oh no!" And then Theon freaks out because she like touched his dick at one point because he was, oh yeah, because he kept talking about his fucking erection for, I swear, like 5 pages. Jesus Christ, Theon, I hate you. I get it, you grow, but stop. But we get there and we're going to the feast, and it's the saddest feast. It's the saddest feast ever. Balon is there, and now he's embarrassed, and now Asha is just rubbing it in, and she's like mocking him. She's getting everyone to laugh at him. She, at one point, someone throws an axe at her that she catches in the air because she's that bitch, and she just like slices his fucking fish stew bowl in half, or the bread, whatever. It's a trencher because they make bowls out of bread. How fun! It's a bread bowl we love, but she like cuts it in half and it sprays fish soup all over him, and everyone's laughing at him, and he's like, "I hate it here. This is hell. Well, I'm back home and everyone hates me. Why does everyone hate me and I'm back home?" And then Balon's like, "Hey, everyone, come over here. We're gonna discuss the plan. My plans. I got plans." And everyone's like, "Cool. Is it good?" "No, it's not. Don't worry." Balon's never had a good plan in his life. But he's like, "Hey, we're gonna divvy up who gets to do what." "Theon, you have the worst task. You get to go raid fishing villages where poor people are unable to defend themselves, and you can take like 8 ships with you to do that. Congratulations." And Theon's like, "What the fuck?" And meanwhile, it's like, "Asha, go take 30 ships and fuck up this castle and make them remember who our name." And yeah, and Theon is like, "I hate it. This is the worst. I want to die." The end. right?
Yeah, no, we start off being like, wow, Theon is the worst. But then don't you worry, 'cause George is here to take us on a fucking roller coaster. At the end, it's like, you poor sweet baby boy.
Yeah, I
But
wouldn't go that far, but
I
I'd
mean,
be like, God, no, your life does suck.
your life sucks. Your life sucks. But then it's also like, is he a dick? Is he a dick because his life sucks, or does his life suck because he's a dick? It's like a real chicken and egg situation here. Like,
Yeah.
which is
And the answer
causing.
is yes.
The answer
It's just
is
the
yes.
answer is just yes.
To all of the above. He is a dick, and his life sucks. Like,
And he makes it worse because he's a dick. I Oh god, it's so hard to talk about Theon because like it's so pitiful. It's so like, but it's so gross. It's so gross.
it's just the all of the, we get all of the fucking ore puns and the fucking mast puns. You know what it's giving? It's giving fucking the crazy lady from Sondheim in the Sweeney Todd's the hey oi sailor boy.
Yeah.
It's giving that.
I yeah.
I just it just I half expected him to be like split me muffs. Like I
It's and it's so like crass and vulgar at times that even when George is being like playful with the language, when it's not just like Theon like saying gross shit, when he's being playful with the like, it's still making my skin crawl because it's still like from like Theon's POV, and the worst line because Asha, when he still like thinks she's just like a rando that he's trying to fuck, she like, oh god, sorry, I like, I don't want to repeat this out loud because
oh, is it
he
is
has an erection.
the christening that when we're talking about the christening of the ship?
Oh no! I mean, yes, that's awful, but no, I'm talking about when they're referencing his erection and they reference it as the iron outline of his manhood. The iron outline, because get it, because they're the Ironborn, but
Yeah.
also because he's hard. I hate it here. John, not John, George, that is clever. I will give you that it's fucking clever, but God, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be here anymore.
I want to go back to Ned and Catelyn having nice, good,
Oh my God.
vigorous sex. I would trade that for the world.
Why didn't we appreciate that? Why didn't we appreciate like, oh, this is just like a lovely couple having a healthy sex life? But we were prudes.
We were
We were prudes, and
prudes.
we didn't know. We didn't know what was coming. Literally. I'm sorry.
which which brings me to my least favorite part of when they're talking about the ship, and because we're about to we don't call it christening in this world because we don't got Christ, but we're anointing the ship, and we're talking about, because we're getting a little bit of a lore dump, and whenever the Ironborn launch a new ship, the old we gotta anoint it for the drowned god, not the old god, the drowned god.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, my uncle's gonna pour some seawater over the stern to anoint it. But wouldn't it be better if we anointed it with our, and this is the word that George uses, both of our milk? Theon,
The milk of our loins.
that's what it is. The milk of our loins. The milk of our loins. The milk.
I hate it here. I hate it here.
I don't want it. I don't want us to be prudes. I want Ned Stark to come in bare chested like he's fucking like he's fucking what's his face on Hawaii 5-0. What the mustache actor.
Tom Selleck.
I want him to
What a
come in.
timely reference.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. I want Ned Stark to come in like fucking Tom Selleck and to just rock Catelyn's world. I want that. I crave it. I crave it. But the milk of our loins.
But you know what's crazy? It's like all of the Iron Islanders are just horny all the time. because like when they're walking by and Asha, who's at this point going by like Eskred or something,
Yeah.
she's like, "Hey, you pumping into your wife?" He's like, "Oh yeah, we're stroking all day," and I was like, "What is happening? You're in public. Why? When did I become like a nun? When did I revert to Catholic school?" And I'm like horrified at every like what is happening. Ugh.
No, it's just like we've talked about. Excuse me. Many times of how like just the Ironborn are the worst. They are the worst people because they are living in their delusional past, and they can't, because they're just Republicans. We used to be a proper country, right? Like we're the alpha males. We're the alpha males, and it's like you are like weird, sad little people on a rock that refuse to leave this rock, that doesn't grow shit, that doesn't have any natural resources, but this is our home. We live here now. We live here now. We got rickety bridges connecting all of the parts of the castle because everything's eroded away. But this is our home, Rhani. It's our home. I can't. They're driving me crazy. But yeah, no, I wrote "ew" so many times in my notes. I'm just ew, and everyone's gross. The fact that Asha, because it's like Asha's like, "Ooh, I'm trying to do a clever thing." It's like, but Asha, you're being gross doing this. And even like Theon has this thought of like, she grabbed my dick. That is not like I'm letting him talk himself into no. That is not I am letting him talk himself into a hole and like I'm gonna play dumb and I'm gonna play stupid. No, and even afterwards, after
Well, here's the thing. Wait. Okay. I recognize what you're saying when like she first did it. I do think that is wild. It's icky. But I did, once the reveal happens, I did write down Asha Greyjoy is a menace and I stan, because the way that like now that he's freaked out by it, she's like antagonizing him, I think is genuinely hilarious. Where he's like, "You touched my dick," and she's like, "Oh, I'll do it again." And he's like freaking the fuck out.
it's giving.
Is it fucked up? Yes, but it's funny. It's fucking funny. Okay. The like the second what she's doing after the reveal, I think it's funny. Prior, I'm like, okay, you didn't need to go that far. You could have just looked. I'm sure it was visible. Like
I can't. I just I wrote evil grin, such a sister move. Like this is a sister. This is a sister. Like she is here to antagonize her little brother. She is here to poke his buttons, and she don't give a shit. She's like, fuck you. Because I also love how we like we also forgot the fact that I forgot he names his fucking ship the Sea Bitch.
oh, wild. What this is a 19-year-old. This is like, George, you nailed it. This is a 19-year-old. This is like he is a repulsive straight white male 19-year-old like cishet guy. Like just
it's giving when later Joffrey renames Ice the fucking widow. What is it?
Widow's whale or whatever.
Like,
we haven't gone there yet, but yeah,
we haven't gotten there. Which then we later in the TV show, the only good line from that final season of what was it? What was he called it? Widow's whale. He always was a cunt. It's giving that. It's giving that. It's that level of like, I'm a kid and like, ooh, this is so badass. And it's like, what? That's your ship. That's the name of your ship.
People have to work there. People have to say, I'm employed on the Sea Bitch.
I'm the first helmsman on the Sea Bitch.
Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
They all have little name tags. It's like Jeff Sea Bitch. Like I can't, dude. So gross. But then I also wrote like the moment that it's revealed, we get the face gag of the century. We get the face gag of the century. I'm just like, what? And I love it. It's like, because the way he is so dumb And he's like, I'm gonna spill all the beans. I'm gonna shit talk my uncles. Yeah, my stupid dumb uncle and his stupid dumb religion. Which it's also like, Theon, like, yeah, you didn't know it's your sister. This is a person who lives here.
Yeah.
You don't think she's gonna be like, hey, head of our religious order, I heard an interesting thing from our prince to be. Like, this isn't just. And she's even disguised herself as like somebody who is like pretty, like highborn. Like this is the wife of the ship maker. So like she is like in the know. I can't. It's just like the way that Theon is such a fucking idiot, because it's like, this is still someone important. This is still someone important.
Yeah.
Shut up. Shut up. What? Just stop talking. Stop talking. Oh my god.
But don't worry, because he's gonna get embarrassed, because just like everyone is like laughing at him through the feast as she's like pulling her shenanigans, and then just like Balon just keeps like twisting that knife. Like there was one line I wrote down which I'm like, oof. At one point, when he's talking about the kids, so like Asha and Theon, he refers to them as my sons, and like in the plural. And I'm like, oh, Theon, you do not stand a chance right now. Like he does not, like he looks at her as equal to you, like in the way that this world sees like daughters versus sons. And if that's the case, then she is clearly the person on the higher ground here. Like you're done.
Yeah, and it's like the way that, because like everyone's like, yeah, because I do also love that we get like the little bit of a lore dump of where like he's like, ah, fuck my uncles, and she's like, I'd be careful, like, you know, it has been known that uncles have deposed their weaker nephews. He's like, but it's my right, and she's like, maybe on the mainland we do things a little different here, which is also alluding to the fact that it's like she wants to be in charge. Like,
Yeah.
she would like to be in charge, please. Thank you so much. Like,
And it's such a fun like conversation to read, as like she very clearly is just like pulling out all the information that she wants. She's like steering the conversation and then just letting him go. Which it's so ironic, because he like comments like internally, he's like, wow, she's just so easy to talk to. And I'm like, yeah, because you're talking at her, because she just prompts you and then you go off. Like, of course you think that, because you don't know how to have an actual conversation with someone, because you are a gross 19-year-old.
it's just, it's also, what's also so sad about this chapter is just like we see like he can't rule this island. Like he is so unfamiliar with the customs. He is a foreigner in his own land, right?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
And yeah, and it's like,
I was sorry. I just.
but no, like, go on. What do you have to say?
I'm sorry. I didn't know what to do, so I'm just gonna yell at you. I was just gonna say that was another line that I love before the reveal happens, where where she's like, huh, no, like Euron probably couldn't rule because he's been away for so long, and it would be strange for someone who's like now a stranger, and it would be weird if a stranger, if like almost a foreigner, were to now be in charge. And Theon goes, huh, yeah, I think that would be kind of bad, but but that doesn't mean me. That doesn't mean me. Like, oh god, like you're almost there. You're
close.
almost there.
You're so close. You're so close, baby. You're so close. You're so close to self-awareness. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's just, but it's also like the fact that like we see him being like, like he's doing all the things that he thinks that a ruler, even of the Iron Island, should be. Of like, yeah, I'm gonna name my ship the Sea Bitch, and I'm gonna bang so many broads, and I'm gonna tell you about all the people that I totally killed in battle, and like, he thinks that that's what's impressive. Meanwhile, she's like doing the part of being a ruler of like, I'm gonna talk to the people and like, hey, congrats on the new wife and the new baby. Like, oh, I saw you got that. Like she's being a leader, right? Like she is one of the she's one of the boys. She's rallying them, right? Like, and while he's like, my birthright, and she's like, yeah, your birthright. Ooh, totally, totally your birthright. Anyways, I'm gonna go fill out these requisition forms for more ships. like you dumb idiot.
Yeah. Yep. 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 Yep.
That I yeah, and also fuck Balon.
Yeah.
Like
Always. That goes without saying. Like, is Theon the worst? Sure. And will he get better though? Probably. But you know who won't? You know who will always stay the same and be just the worst? It's always Balon. Always Balon.
with his skin seal robes.
Ah. It just sounds so icky. You look like why are you a ghost? Why are you cosplaying ghost in your like rotten crumbling castle in the sea? What this is too much. I need you to be less extra with this, okay?
It's giving Lady Haversham. It's giving Lady Haversham.
Yeah. But that's okay,
That's
yeah.
all I
On that
got.
note, that's all I have. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Okay. Well, then let's move right along to our question of the week, which is right here. Okay, this comes from uh Pikazar TNT 6544. I'm great at reading these. Question for next week. If every POV character played a Disney character, who would they play? Which I'm gonna start problematic.
Go off.
I'm gonna say it.
Go
I'm
off.
gonna say it, and it just is what it is. Tyrion, Quasimodo.
Yeah. He'd sing the shit of
Sorry.
out there.
And,
He'd sing the
and
shit.
Tywin is Frollo. Like, yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, I have one for Cersei. It's not. Well, I guess now it's technically a Disney character because they bought them out. But it's not an Anastasia. I think I've mentioned this same movie before on this podcast before. It's the prequel of Anastasia, Bartok the
Oh,
Magnificent.
yes.
Cersei is the evil queen in that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
because
Sure.
like a big
Yeah.
buxom like beautiful woman who's actually evil and like out to like kill everybody. Yeah, that's who that's Cersei. It's literally Cersei. It's literally Cersei.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of others. Sansa is just like every princess.
Sansa is Belle.
Oh yeah,
Literally. Like she's
literally
trapped in a castle.
with a
Like it's
beast.
yeah. I mean, no, there's no Stockholm here, luckily. But yeah. Um, Arya's Mulan. Just
Who
yeah.
is that girl I see? Oh my god, that's funny.
Though I think an argument could be made for Jon also being Mulan.
Yeah, no, it's I God. No, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. There's like one.
Bran is Sword in the Stone.
Oh my God, yes. And then the three-eyed raven when we meet him is Merlin.
Yeah, he's Merlin. Uh-huh. This is actually easier than I thought it would be.
God, I'm trying. Now I'm having a hard time with this one, honestly. Who's
Oh, I'm
Catelyn?
sorry.
Who's Catelyn?
That's what I was thinking. Like Catelyn is just like who's just like a I don't know, like just a
Because
tired put upon character.
the problem is there's no moms. There's no moms in the Disney.
Yeah,
movie.
Disney, they're all dead. Um,
She's one of the princesses.
I
Like, which princess is she? Which princess is she?
don't know. She doesn't. I don't know. I feel like she doesn't give the vibe very much of a princess.
You know what? I'm
I
gonna
don't
say.
know. Put it. Oh,
I'm
oh
gonna
God.
say. I'm gonna say Cinderella because she's working all the time.
No,
Okay.
I mean, okay, fine. The working element, but I don't know. I can't see Catelyn as a former Mean Girl. I don't think would put up
Yeah.
with
No. No.
all
No. No. No.
that
No.
shit.
No. 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 Because she would have
I'm
been.
gonna say, if someone has an idea, put it in the comments because this is one that
That's a hard.
I
enough
feel
to
like there
crack.
is a good answer somewhere, but we're not.
Yeah, like we're not. We're. It's like on the tip of my tongue, but I just like can't. Like I can't. I can't get it. Anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Tyrion is Quasimodo, and. Oh, and then
Yeah.
Jamie is what's his face, the captain of the guard.
Is it's Greek name, right?
Yeah, so
Phoebus.
like,
No, it's not
Phoebus is
Phoebus.
Phoebus. Oh, and then literally Shay is Esmeralda.
Yep.
We got
No,
it. We got it. We got it, fam. We got it,
We
fam.
got it. Yeah. Okay. And so moving on to our final segment. Spicer, who was your favorite death this week?
Wait, who did die? Did anyone die?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Did
No.
anyone actually die? Because we had Cat.
No. There were some
No.
rabbits.
There's some rabbits.
That's it.
Yeah, that was the only like actual death was the rabbits. God, ooh, I'm gonna go poetic on this one. Jon, the
Okay.
death of Jon, or the beginning of the death of Jon's respect for the Night Watch. Like,
Fair.
we are starting to see this slow death and the radicalization of Jon Snow of like, oh, everything that I was told is a lie.
That's a good one. I like that. I'm gonna trying to think how to phrase this. The death of Theon's like home life, or like
The death of his hopes
Um,
to be the king of the Iron Islands.
or I was gonna. This is horrible phrasing. Like the death of his incest virginity. Like ew, ew. There was a lot of incest. There was a lot of
so
incest
much incest these
for a
chapters.
non-Targaryen, non-Lannister centered couple of chapters here.
And it's like what is going on in Westeros? What is going on there that they all like everyone just wants to bang their brothers and sisters and stop it.
There's other people. There's a whole other continent. There's a continent full of people.
A whole
Like,
new
please.
world.
Yes.
Oh, Catelyn's Jasmine. Maybe. Cause it's like a little. It's closer. It's closer. It's closer. Cause
It's closer. Yes.
Cause
I would say it's close.
It's girl bossy. Ah.
Yeah. No. I follow.
Wait. Oh, who's
Okay.
Danny? Wait, before we go, I'm sorry. Who's Danny?
Oh fuck. Danny. Ooh. Ariel. She wants to be part of their world.
No. Ooh, Maleficent, cause she turns into a dragon.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Oh yeah. Figure out who is it? Yeah. Drop it in the comments. Who is Danny? That's
Yeah,
what I forgot
yeah.
too. That's
Yeah,
a good-
just anyone else who you think matches the vibe, just drop them down and let us know. Also, please make sure that you any questions you want to ask. These are always fun. Do you have anything you need to plug, my friend?
No, not right now. Not right now.
Cool, great. Okay, well, on that note, are we good? Yeah.
Yeah, we're great. We're great. I'm feeling groovy.
Okay, cool. Cool, groovy. So yeah, make sure you drop your comments down, ask questions. We will try to find. Oh, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just tired. We
actually,
recorded
wait,
this
no,
very
there's-
late tonight.
It was very
okay,
late.
fine.
It was my. Oh, I do have a thing to plug. For those of you still listening, there is a my show, one of the shows that I wrote, To Write to See. It's based on a book by Kyle Lukoff. It's trans. It's ghosts. It's great. It's groovy. They're doing fundraising for a reading. So find on my socials. It's there. I'll drop a link in the comments. But if you wanna donate $5 to the GoFundMe, please do. It'll be great. It's gonna be great. So yeah, donate what you can. That's all I got.
Yay! We love art, and good job, Spicer. Okay, cool. I'm just saying, good job. So yeah, drop comments, go donate to the GoFundMe, and yeah, hope y'all. Oh no, sorry, next week. Fuck. See,
We're so tired.
I'm-
We're so tired. It's past our
We're
bedtime.
so tired. Yeah. Okay, next week, our chapters are Tyrion 6, Arya 6, and then Daenerys 2. So get ready, y'all. It's gonna be sad and then magical. Woo! But yeah, that's all I got. I hope y'all have a great week, and say goodbye, Spicer.
Goodbye, Spicer.